everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's Wednesday afternoon here in Philly, Ohio. It's been pouring rain all afternoon. It finally stopped. It was cooled off a little bit, and I made it out to the shed. As it's a Wednesday, we all know what that means. WTF Wednesday. For those of you who may be new to the program, WTF Wednesday is the day each week when I showcase a beer that I normally wouldn't try on the program. So sometimes that means stuff from the macro brewers, Bud, Miller, Coors, Labatt, Molson, people like that. And sometimes I do strange offerings from smaller breweries. So a few weeks ago, I did one from Ernest Brewworks in Toledo. They had a hybrid beer wine that they made in collaboration with a local chain of grocery stores. So that's a little something different. So today I have this beer, Hammer Lyte. This is a light lager brewed with blackberries and electrolytes. This is from Sibling Revelry. You may remember them from a couple of videos before. They did the watermelon shandy. I wasn't a huge fan of that. So I figured I still had this in the fridge. I'd give them another shot. See if we can have a redemption video today with the Hammer Lyte. And now this is kind of interesting. It's sweating profusely. I had it in the fridge and just took it out. It's not really that bad out here, but the can seems to think it is. If you look at the artwork on the front, we have a football player wielding a hammer and wearing a helmet with a Scottish tartan color to it, color pattern there. So I guess this is Jamie Gillan. Jamie Gillan is a punter for the Cleveland Browns. Many of you may not be aware of who Mr. Gillan is, myself included. You all know I was born and raised in Philadelphia. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm aware of some of the Browns players, but I don't really know all of the punters that are out there. So I did a little research to learn more about them. And it looks like Mr. Gillan was actually born in Scotland, moved to the United States. His father was a member of the Royal Air Force. He started playing football, wound up getting recruited to play at Arkansas Pine Bluff, and parlayed that into an NFL career. So pretty cool story, right? I know we're seeing more and more players come from overseas. My own team, the Eagles, had a guy named Sav Rocca a few years back who was a Australian rules football player who basically took his skill set and became an NFL punter as well. We also have Jordan Mailata, who was an Australian rugby player, is a monster of a man, is now playing tackle for us. So I guess, maybe we'll see more of this in the future. The skill set seems to lend itself well. Also kind of interesting when you think about the history of American football, 3 of the top 10 scorers of all time aren't even American, right? So we had Morten Andersen is from Denmark, Gary Anderson from South Africa, and Sebastian Janikowski is from Poland. So, a lot of these guys are kind of soccer players that became American kickers and had lengthy careers in the U.S. So maybe Mr. Gillan will have a long and lengthy career as a punter, not a kicker, but a punter. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, it looks like he teamed up with Sibling Revelry, and this is kind of a beer that is put together, and a portion of the proceeds will benefit a charity called Jeremy Cares, and it's Jeremy, Jeremy Cares, CARES.org. This is an organization that collects money, I guess, and helps families and children with serious medical issues or serious illnesses. So it seems definitely like a worthwhile cause. Now, this is quite unique, 3.9% ABV, 16 IBUs. And again, this is lager brewed with blackberry and electrolytes. I'm gonna try to read the can here. This is Brown's color, is kind of that orange, but it's got kind of a shiny foil on it, so it's a little bit hard to read with this white writing, but I'll try my best here. We've teamed up with Cleveland's own professional football player, Jamie Gillan, to bring you Hammer Lyte, an American light lager with a hint of blackberry and added electrolytes. Jamie wanted a lager that best represented his own love for beer, something traditional, light, and poundable. The perfect beer for Cleveland. This limited collaboration brew will quench your thirst, while the power of electrolytes will keep you hydrated from sunup to sundown. Cheers. And it says here, Jeremy Cares, a nonprofit organization close to Jamie's heart, will be receiving a portion of proceeds for all Hammer Lyte sales. And they gave you, again, the web address. So I paid $2.09 for this single beer here. And I'm kind of anxious to see what this tastes like. Now, obviously, it's a light lager, so I'm not expecting anything too crazy. But hey, the blackberry and electrolytes make it sound interesting. If I were to buy a Gatorade, I would definitely drink a blackberry flavored one. I think my flavor, I hate to say this, I'm a Gatorade purist though. The ones I drink is orange, and I drink the lemon lime, and that's about it. I know some people like the fruit punch was a little late to the game, I guess, but I think lemon lime and orange were the original flavors, and I stand by those. All right. Head, you saw it had a fleeting head there. It was kind of white and disappeared quite quickly. As far as the color, You know, it's kind of a light straw color. It sounded like there's a fair amount of carbonation initially. Now I don't really see as many bubbles as I had expected. But hey, see what it's like. Sniff. On the nose. It smells like fruit. Yeah, blackberries or berries. I can't say, you know, necessarily blackberry as opposed to raspberry or some of the other berries, but definitely a nice berry taste, berry smell to it. That's about it. Not much else going on there, but the berry smell. Let's give it a shot. I put in some time here mowing the lawn before the rain set in, so I need some electrolytes. Hopefully this will help me out. All right, first things first, obviously it's light. It's a light lager. I wouldn't expect anything else. Very light bodied. The taste isn't too bad. It honestly just tastes like if you had a blackberry soda or maybe a blackberry Gatorade or, you know, whatever it is you drink, Powerade, whatever. The berry is actually kind of a nice taste. You kind of get light berry and really not a whole heck of a lot more. I really don't pick up any hops. What I say, this is 3.9 ABV, 16 IBUs. As far as ratings, wasn't a lot to go on. 3.5 on Untapped with 75 check-ins or so. Beer Advocate, nothing at all. So not a lot of help to kind of see what other people thought about this. I will say maybe you get the faintest of malt and the blackberry, and that's kind of it. Now, here's where it gets tough, right? When you're dealing with a light lager, 3% or so, going on 4%, you know this isn't going to be a big beer. You know it's not going to be, you know, kind of a medium or heavy body. You know you're not going to get anything super crazy. And I guess the way I'll evaluate this is if I was drinking beers on a hot day, which I know a lot of people are, it's 100 degrees on either of the coast right now, would I go for this or I go for one of the other light beers? And I would say that I would probably go for this in a heartbeat over most of the light beers that are out there. Do I think it's great? Not really. I wouldn't be drinking it all the time, right? But I mean, again, it's a light lager with some fruit in it and stuff like that. So I don't really think it's designed to be your go-to beer where you drink it all the time. Now, if it's a hot day and you wanted to pound a few beers and not be too mangled, this would fit the bill. Like I said, it has a nice blackberry taste. It really does taste like blackberry. And I kind of enjoy that taste. So, you know, I don't mind it. I suppose if you're not a blackberry fan, you might be in trouble. This kind of tastes, you know, like maybe a blackberry soda or something like that. Now I will say this, it's not super sweet. It is kind of get that berry taste, maybe a tiny bit of malt and not a heck of a lot more. But I think it's definitely worth checking out. And Hammer Light, I would drink another one of these. Next time I'm mowing the lawn, I may grab a couple more. Especially if a portion of the proceeds go to benefit a good cause. I think it makes it even all the more worthy of a thumbs up. So if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, jump in down below. If you've tried the Hammer Light, let me know what you think of it. Like I said, man, you know, you get a little bit of something different here. I can't say I've had a whole heck of a lot of blackberry light beers. So worth checking out. Hey, till next time, cheers.